One of the many negative byproducts of our pattern seeking caveman brains is thinking in binary because it's the easiest form of pattern recognition. This or that, ally or foe, black or white. Isn't that ironic to say? Don't you find that a bit ironic? You'd think that the more binary an organism is, the smarter they'd be because computers think in binary, ones and zeros. But I'd attribute that as computers being designed by humans for human use. I bet much more advanced alien civilizations have technology that has far more complex tools and calculations just because they have a higher depth of thought. There are people that think so binary, okay? Or at least people that think more binary than less binary. Just absolutely unable to think past oversimplification. This isn't something new, by the way. This isn't something new. And I've also talked about concepts that pertain to this exact thing before. Like, I think I've made a video before on politics and how it's crazy to me that the state of a country is managed by humans' inability to escape the us versus them mentality. What's funny is that when I made that video, I was accused of being a centrist. Yeah. It's mostly just people reiterating what they've heard other people say before whenever someone doesn't want to play the this or that game, you know. Enlightened centrism, haha, so funny, so smart. Like, if you're not bipartisan, you're centrist. Do you see what I mean by people being unable to escape these oversimplifications? It's funny because you think this would be a good thing. Like, that specific scenario would be a good thing. Like, hey, this person believes there are three options in politics, a whole three options: being progressive, being conservative, and being centrist. They're using more brain power, but no, it really stems much more from, if you're not bipartisan, you're centrist, which in a way is still thinking like very binary. People want to be on teams so bad. So bad. It just makes it easier to see who's an ally and who's an enemy. I should also did this for ally as well. Who's an ally and who's an enemy? I need to know. Thinking in binary gotta be a result of just dog shit genetics. Dysfunctional classification, dysfunctional pattern recognition. Like, you didn't get the evolution patch to go from thinking in 2 dimensions to start thinking in 3 or more dimensions, huh? It may seem like I'm being harsh when I say that, but it really shows an inability to adapt. We're in a 3D world. This ain't Toon Force, my boy. Shit ain't 2D in this bitch. Add some depth to your calculations. One of the biggest examples of this, right? The most binary thinking slop that hurts me the most, and it shows a good chunk of how lots of these niggas never got the evolution patch update and probably will never get the patch, is the discussions surrounding circumcision. There are people so wrapped around being on teams, this or that they don't see the casualties they're causing around them. Circumcision, my whole outlook on it is that the person should be given the choice to decide whether they want part of their genitals removed. That's it. That's pretty much it. I don't think one is better than the other. I think people should be given a choice when it involves something as important as their reproductive organs or body in general. Anytime I've seen discussion about this on the internet, niggas are treating the topic like niggas are repping a set. Which set you from, bruh? I'm from the circumcised boulevard, nigga. We don't like no scarf wearing dicks around here. Like, this is the weirdest thing to think binary about, but of course it's inevitable. It's just inevitable. It's either foreskin or no foreskin. We have to decide right now while the child has no ability to think for themselves. Hurry up, choose. I know the first guy that suggested they wait for the person to decide for themselves probably got hung for being a maniac or something. I know the first guy that suggested they wait for the person to decide for themselves, they probably got hung for being a maniac or something. That being said, all right, he may have been a little bit more wrong at that time. I mean, circumcision goes way back in the day. Like, I read somewhere on Google that it may have started as early as 2300 BC. During those days where running water was much harder to come by, yes, maybe there was a much stronger argument to circumcise at birth. But that whole argument that, oh, it's cleaner, you know, it's more hygienic, has long gone out the door. Like, you gotta be a lazy ass nigga if you think washing a dick with foreskin is a challenge. Oh no! I have to add 5 to 10 more seconds to wash my dick. The horror! I'm speaking of parents here, since they're essentially the ones being fed urgency propaganda to take their child's choice away. If you don't circumcise your son right now, his dick will fall off. Spooky. I'm not gonna go through this whole video debunking circumcised versus uncircumcised myths. Trust me, there are a lot of them. If you care about your child enough, you can do the adequate research for it, okay? There's no real need to think binary about a subject this important or life-changing. Just let the person with the goods decide how they want their body to be.
What about people that are doing it because of religion? That wouldn't really be considered binary thinking. It'd be more of a cultural thing, right?
If you're modifying someone else's body because of your own religion, you're probably retarded, okay? Because of my own religion, I've cut off some of your own dick. What? Then again, a lot of religious people are known for putting ideologies onto children while they're young and impressionable, so it makes sense they'd also overstep a boundary like that anyways. What's the big deal about it anyways? It's just extra skin, right? Not really. There are lots of benefits from someone choosing to keep their foreskin. There are erogenous zones and nerve endings in foreskin. It helps prevent your dick from getting desensitized. The top part of the foreskin, it helps in stimulating both the male and the female during intercourse. That's just the ones that I know off the top of my head that I've learned in, like, reading about reproductive health. Let's say you don't really care about all that, okay? Let's say you're 18 and you want your dick to look a certain way, or maybe there's a religion that you're a part of that you personally believe in that says you should be circumcised. By all means, do whatever you want with your own body, bro, but do not pick for someone else. Don't make this oh, well, I'm circumcised, so I'm gonna get my son circumcised. I think there are also people that are like, well, I'm circumcised, I can't become uncircumcised, so I'll be team circumcision. Yeah, go team circumcision. Like, do not let the need to think regressively in 2 dimensions consume you, okay? Think big, nigga. Think big.